Welcome to Mindly Way, where we explore life philosophies to grow and find the right path. Get ready to listen for an inner journey. Once there was a big monastery in one part of China where about 500 monks lived. They were all practicing the path of self-realization under their master. One day, a man went to the monastery to become a disciple. He said to the Zen master, "Sir, I want to know myself. I want to know the truth." The Zen master looked at him and said, "If you want to know the truth, then you will have to put your whole life at stake. It may take your whole life to know the truth. And still, there is no guarantee that in this lifetime you will get to know the truth. Are you ready for that?" The disciple said, "Sir, I have come here not to turn back. I am ready for it." The master said, "If that is so, then do one thing. There are 500 monks in this monastery. You take care of their rice pounding. Just keep beating rice from morning till evening. When you get tired, go to sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, then again start pounding rice. Don't do anything else. Don't think about anything else. Just follow this path. Also, don't come to me again. I will come to you myself when needed." The young man started pounding rice as per the instructions of his master. There were 500 disciples in that monastery, and all of them needed food at times. Therefore, he would get up early in the morning and start pounding rice till night. When he was tired, he would fall asleep in the same room where he was pounding rice. He would neither talk to anyone, nor would anyone come to talk to him. For a few months, while pounding the rice, all thoughts kept coming to his mind. But when the thoughts do not get a new subject, they also fade away on their own. Slowly and slowly, his thoughts started to subside. After a few years, he even forgot his name. He would always keep mum and keep pounding rice in a thoughtless state. He would neither meditate or read any scripture. The chief disciples of the monastery viewed him as complete and much inferior to them. 12 years went by while this was going on, and one day the Zen master declared that this was his last time on earth, and that he would have to select my successor to lead this monastery after him. As a result, any disciple of mine who has attained self-realization is welcome to come and write a few lines near my door at night, lines that encompass all of his experiences. Many disciples thought of doing so. One of the chief disciples of the monastery went there and brought a few lines. He was very knowledgeable in Buddhist scripture, and all the disciples considered him to be the possible successor of their master. He wrote that the mind is like a mirror on which dust of thoughts and desires accumulates. To sweep away this dust is meditation, whose dust has been cleared, and the mirror of the mind has become clear. He has attained salvation. When the master woke up in the morning and saw these lines, he got very angry and said, "Which idiot has written all this garbage on my wall?" The chief disciple kept silent. However, the lines he wrote were full of wisdom, but it was all bookish knowledge. The chief disciple was very clever. He wrote the lines but did not sign below, because he himself was not sure about whether it is right or not. since he was not self-realized. The master completely rejected those lines. Everyone was surprised to see this. This incident became a topic of discussion in the entire monastery. Two disciples, while tacking on this topic, passed by the disciple who had come here 12 years ago and used to pound rice day and night. He left gently after listening to the discussion of both of them. Both the disciples asked him, "Why are you laughing?" They asked him because that responder was a very insignificant monk, in their opinion. No one had ever seen him reading scripture or meditating. Everyone thought he was full and just kept pounding rice. The great scholars in that monastery had no use for that rice pounder. So when they saw him smile, they were shocked. They asked him again, "Why did you laugh?" The rice pounder remarked, "I laughed because the master is correct. All these lines are garbage and have no significance." Those disciples were shocked. They asked him, "Can you write some lines that are better than this?" The rice pounder said, "Well, I can try it because I am illiterate. But yes, I can say a few lines, and if you can write those lines, then I am ready to go with you." They agreed. So they went near the master's room. The rice pounder said a few lines, and the other disciple wrote it on the wall and wrote rice pounder below those lines. They were expecting the same reaction from their master again. The lines he told to write were amazing, and those lines were, "The mind is just an illusion. There is neither mind, nor is there any mirror of the mind. And when the mind does not exist, where will the dust settle? He who knows this has known the truth." When the master saw these lines, he got up in the middle of the night and came to the young responder while he was asleep. He woke him up and said, "Take this, take my stick, and take my robe. From today onwards, you are my successor. But leave this monastery right now and go somewhere far away from here. I know that there are so many scholars in this monastery who consider themselves to be superior to you. They will kill you because they cannot tolerate the fact that a simple responder has become enlightened aware as they could not be. You have got all that I have, and you have got it while pounding rice, and I know that wherever you will go, people will start coming to you, because when a flower blooms, its fragrance starts spreading everywhere." That responder touched the feet of his master and left from there in the night. If we look around us, we will discover that a lot of people believe that meditation is limited to sitting still and closing one's eyes. But in actuality, one can practice meditation while walking or even while working. The true meaning of meditation is to become so engrossed in whatever you are doing that you are not even aware of your body. This is similar to the story of the rice pounder who became so lost in his work that he lost all sense of himself and eventually achieved self-realization. Zen, on the other hand, refers to living in the present moment at all times and not thinking, because the mind exists as long as there are thoughts, and when there are none, the mind will also vanish, leaving only your pure self. In fact, we don't need to engage in any other spiritual practices in order to realize who we really are. All we need to do is become completely lost in whatever we are doing.